Hey yo, what's poppin'? Today we'll be doing a career simulation of Fernando Tatis Jr. on the San Diego Padres. If you haven't already, go watch my last career simulation video that I did of Vladimir Guerrero Jr., which had some crazy twists and turns all throughout his career that I really didn't expect to happen, but they did, which was a result of me being as hands-off as possible, which I will do again in this career simulation of Fernando Tatis Jr. I will make all of these auto manage like I did before, and the only time that I will control Tatis Jr. is I will put him in the starting lineup opening day of his rookie season, and after that it will be out of my control. I will not put him in any more starting lineups or trade him or re-sign him. That will be all up to the club. And so if he gets traded, it's not my doing. It's going to be as realistic as possible, as realistic as the simulation can make it, that is. And I will update you after his first career season with his stats, his second season, and his third season. And then we will jump to the 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th if he's still playing or whatnot. And along the way, I will show you guys any awards that he happens to win, or if he wins a World Series and wins MVP or batting titles, Gold Gloves, whatnot. So stay tuned and we will hop right into this video. Alright, so as you can see, I got Fernando Tatis Jr. in the leadoff hole, which is realistic to where the Padres have him hitting in real life. His starting overall is 83, and you can take a look at his attributes there. He does have an A potential, so I do expect his overall to go up significantly within the first 5 seasons and then maybe taper off after then. But yeah, here's a baseline for his starting attributes. A little bit different than Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who started at an 89 overall and then regressed down to an 86, I believe, after his first season. I don't expect Tatis to do the same thing with regression. I only expect him to progress after this first season, depending on how he does. But we will take a look at his overall after season 1 comes to a close. Here we are taking a look at Tatis's rookie season numbers. As you can see, he had a pretty solid rookie season. He was unable to win Rookie of the Year though, and did not win any other awards. But he did hit 26 home runs, 65 RBIs with a 261 average. And those numbers boosted his overall up to an 85, and his attributes that took the hardest increase were basically his hitting stats, his contact and power, getting a 9-point boost for contact versus lefties and an 8-point boost for contact versus righties, or power versus righties, excuse me, and power versus lefties went up to a 70. I do expect Tatis to have a better season in season 2 due to his overall being higher and his attributes being better. And we will take a look at Tatis after his second season. Tatis had a rough season 2, only posting 15 home runs with 58 RBIs and a 229 average. His overall did go up 1 still, but his attributes didn't really, his hitting attributes, I guess, remained more the same or decreased. As you can see, his contact versus righties took a hit. His fielding and arm strength and discipline, vision, clutch, all of that still got an attribute boost, which I believe is due to his potential just being an A, and that will still go up regardless of the season that he has. The Padres had Tatis hitting around 8th in the order, and he did not win any awards this year, as you could have guessed. We will take a look at his progression after season 3. For the second season in a row, Tatis had mediocre numbers, posting 15 home runs, 65 RBIs with a 249 average. This is better than last year in 2020, but it is still not what Tatis is capable of doing. And as I predicted, his fielding attributes still went up, but his power versus lefties dropped 11 points. That will probably affect his performance in the 2022 season. I will pick back up after his 5th season in the MLB. In his 5th season in the MLB, Tatis hit 16 home runs with 62 RBIs and a 262 average. He has progressed up to a 94 overall, and you could take a look here at his attributes. Surprisingly enough, he still has not won any awards, and I really expected him to win a Gold Glove with the fielding attributes that he has. His potential is dropping, so I don't know if he'll drop out of an A or still remain an A. That is crucial in the longevity of a career. So I will catch up with you after season 10 unless Tatis signs with a new team or is traded along the way. In the offseason between his 6th and 7th years in the MLB, Tatis Jr. has signed a $18.96 million per year deal with the Twins for 7 years. He inked a pretty decent contract for the numbers that he's been putting up, just pretty mediocre and kind of disappointing for the potential that he's had. Maybe he needs this fresh start with the Twins to get his career going. I forgot to check the season awards after the 2025 season, but as you can see there, Tatis won Silver Slugger for shortstop with the Minnesota Twins. And to win Silver Slugger, Tatis put up big boy numbers with 32 home runs, 98 RBIs, and a 296 average, all three being the best in each category for his career thus far in his 7th season in the major leagues. Tatis was able to secure a well-deserved Gold Glove in his 8th season in the MLB with the Minnesota Twins. Alright, so after 10 seasons in the major leagues, you can see Fernando Tatis's statistics. He's been fairly consistent every year, hitting between roughly 15 and 30 home runs, and his average has remained at an average of 265. So he's not progressing the way that I expected him to, and that I hope he does in real life. I hope that he is not just regressing from here on out. I hope that he is still able to put up numbers and maybe even have his best season yet. Also, here's a look at his attributes after 10th season in the majors. His fielding is still extremely high, and he has surprisingly only won one Gold Glove award, which I find to be a little concerning with attributes that high for fielding. But anyway, his hitting statistics are still pretty decent. His contact is around 78.5 overall for the two, and his power is a little bit lower than that. But he is still very capable of putting up numbers in the near future. Ooh, another big boy season for Tatis, where he earned himself another well-deserved Gold Glove and a Silver Slugger award in the same season. So this is arguably his best season. Award-wise, it is his best season, but numbers-wise, it is slightly below his season that he had in 2025 with 2 less home runs and 7 less RBIs. This is a step in the right direction for Tatis and the rest of his career. He is still very capable of putting up numbers, as you can see with the attributes that he has. And there is no lacking of power either within this shortstop. He should still have a few good years left in him before he starts to regress, but we will catch up after season 15. Just a quick little side note here. I thought it was cool that the Twins signed Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the 2031 offseason. So now the two prospects of today's day and age in baseball are playing together in 2031 on the same team. Since Tatis's 7-year contract expired with the Minnesota Twins, he signed a $17.5 million for 1-year contract with the Chicago White Sox in the 2032 offseason. So after 15 seasons in the major leagues, it appears as though Fernando Tatis Jr.'s career has started to slow down, and he has regressed all the way down to a 74 overall. His career numbers are fairly average, which is mediocre for the expectations that Tatis had coming into the league. Taking a look at his attributes, his hitting stats, or his hitting attributes, are right around 50s. And his fielding, which was once in the 90s, is all the way down to low 70s. His contract with the White Sox is up this year. He signed 2 one-year deals with the White Sox, and his 1-year deal for the his 1-year deal for the 2033 season is up, and I am unsure if Tatis will be re-signed by a team this offseason or if he will spend the rest of his career in free agency. As you can see towards the bottom of your screen there, As you can see towards the bottom of your screen, on February 10th, Tatis was able to sign a 1-year, $6.33 million contract with the Athletics to keep his MLB career going. As you can see, in 2038, Tatis decided to call it a career after spending 20 years in the league and 16 playing for 4 different teams: the Athletics, White Sox, Twins, and Padres. His numbers, as you can see, they're not fantastic, but they're decent for any MLB player, with 2,255 hits, 283 home runs, 1,034 RBIs, and a 261 career average. And as high of a prospect as Tatis was coming into the league, this is almost kind of disappointing. I did want to see him do better than this, or play longer, I guess. He waited the last 4 years out in free agency to see if any team would pick him up, but at a 49, that is almost unrealistic. 49 overall, that is, at 40 years old, too. As I figured, Tatis did not make the Hall of Fame. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate if you would hit that like button and even subscribe to my channel. This video did take a long time to make. These videos in general just take a long time to make, to simulate through all of these seasons. If you have any specific players that you would like to see me do a career simulation of next, leave that in the comments. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video.